Hello, dear children. Welcome to your social science channel, Learning with Kirti. Myself, Kirti Deshpande, Principal of Rotary Saraswati Vidyalaya, Gokul Road, Hubli. Dear children, only 69 days are there to your SLC examination. I hope this video helps you to score well. I tried here to cover all the important questions and the most expected questions. All the best. Watch it carefully. So let us begin our first history lesson, Advent of Europeans to India. First question, which place was called the gateway of European trade? Answer is Constantinople city. Second question, which country had established its trade monopoly over European countries? Answer is Italy. Which countries of Europe tried to overcome Italian monopoly over trade? Answer is Spain and Portugal. Who were the first Europeans to advent and last to leave India? Answer is Portuguese. Who discovered new sea route to India? Answer is Vasco da Gama in the year 1498. Sixth question. Who was the first viceroy of Portuguese in India? And the answer is Francisco de Almeida. Seventh question. Who gave the East India Company charter to trade with India and when? And the answer is Queen Elizabeth gave the charter to trade with India and in the year 1600. Who was the viceroy of James I to visit the court of Jahangir? And the answer is Sir Thomas Roe. Ninth question. Name the Mughal ruler who gave permission to British to trade in India. Name the Mughal ruler who gave permission to British to trade in India. Answer is Jahangir. 10th question. Which was the first headquarters of English in India? And the answer is Kolkata. 11th question. Name the forts established by the British at Madras and Calcutta. Answer is St. George Fort and the Fort Williams or Fort George and Fort Williams. 12th question. When did French East India Company set up in India? So, the first French East India Company set up in India in the year 1664. 13th question. Who was the real founder of Portuguese power in India? Alfonso de Albuquerque is the answer. Alfonso de Albuquerque is the real founder of Portuguese power in India. 14th question. Where did the French set up their first trading center in India? Answer is Surat. 15th question. Which was the first headquarters of French in India? Answer is Pondicherry. Who was Dupleix? 16th question. And the answer is French Governor General. So, who was the Dupleix? Dupleix was the French Governor General. 17th question. By which treaty the First Carnatic War ended? First Carnatic War was ended with the Treaty of Aix-la-Chapelle. 18th question. Who gave East India Company Diwani rights over Bengal? And the answer is Shah Alam II. Shah Alam II gave the Diwani rights to Britishers over the right over the Bengal. Who introduced the dual government in Bengal provinces? So, Robert Clive is the answer. Robert Clive introduced the dual government in the Bengal province. 20th question. By which treaty the Third Carnatic War was ended? Answer is Treaty of Paris. 21st question. Who captured Goa from the Sultan of Bijapur? Portuguese. Alfonso de Albuquerque captured the Goa from Sultan of Bijapur. Next, 2 to 3 sentence question answers. First question. Which commodities of India had a greater demand in European markets? These are 2 mark questions, children. And the answer is pepper, cardamom, ginger, etc. And the second question, how was the trade between India and Europe carried during the Middle Ages? It's the important question. How was the trade between India and Europe carried during Middle Ages? Answer is first point, Arab merchant carried the Asian merchandise into Constantinople, and the second point is Italian merchants would buy these goods and sell in the European countries. Third question, what made the Europeans to discover sea route to India? And the answer is first point, fall of Constantinople. Second point, closure of trade route between India and Europe. Third point, demand for the Indian spices. Fourth point, scientific inventions. Fourth question, list out the Europeans who came to India for the purpose of trade. And the answer is first one, Portuguese. Second, Dutch. Third one, English. And the fourth point is French. Fifth question, list out the trading centers of the Dutch in India. Answer is Surat, Brooch, Cambe, Cochin, Nagapatnam, Maslipatnam and Chinsar are the trading centers of Dutch in India. Sixth question, what are Dastaks? Who issued Dastaks to British? Answer is first point, Dastaks means license of trade issued to British. Second point, issued by Mughal ruler Farooq Shiara. Seventh question, what was the course of First Carnatic War? Courses means causes. And the answer is first point, French invaded Madras and captured it. Second point, British were helpless and requested the Anwaruddin. Third point, Anwaruddin sent army against French. Fourth point, Lord Ordonez took money from the English and returned Madras. Fifth point, Dupleix attempt to take Madras but failed. And the last point is war ended with the Aix-la-Chapelle Treaty. Eighth question, write note on Second Carnatic War. And the answer is first point, the war was fought between French and English. Second point, internal rivalry among the Indian rulers is the cause of the war. Third point, French killed Orkot ruler and made Chanda Sahib as its ruler. Fourth point, Robert Clive attacked Orkot, killed the Chanda Sahib. Fifth point, British made Muhammad Ali as the Nawab of Orkot. Last point, war ended with the Treaty of Pondicherry. Next, ninth question. Mention the French trading centers in India. And the answer is Machilipatnam, Chandranagara, Mahe, Karaikal, Kasim Bazar and the Balsoor. These are the trading centers of Frenches in India. 11th question. What were the causes of Battle of Plassey? Answer is first point, misuse of the dastakats. Second point, mending of forts without permission. Third point, black room tragedy. 12th question, what is Diwani right? Who gave this? Answer is Diwani rights means the right to collect land tax. Second point, it was given by Shah Alam II. 13th question, explain dual government. Answer is it was introduced by Robert Clive. It is the first point. And the second point is it was a system in which the British had the right to collect land taxes and the Nawab look after the administration like justice. And in the third main, 6 sentence answers. First question, write about Third Carnatic War. And the answer is, first point, the war was fought between French and English. Second point, Comte de Lally of French attempted B.C.'s Vandivash in the year 1760. Third point, Sir Eyre Coote of the English defeated the French. Fourth point, British imprisoned B.C. Fifth point, Lally escaped and hid in Pondicherry. Sixth point, Eyre Coote attacked Pondicherry. And the last point is, Lally surrendered unconditionally in 1761. Next, second question. What were the effects of Battle of Plassey? And the answer is, Siraj-ud-Dawla was defeated and killed. Second point, Mir Jafar became the Nawab of Bengal in place of Siraj-ud-Dawla. Third place, Mir Jafar gave the Jagir of 24 Paraganas. Fourth point, company gained rights to do the business in Bengal. Mir Jafar had to pay rupees 17 crores and 70 lakh rupees. Next point, war brought out the immorality. And the last point is, war brought out the lack of unity among the Indians. These are the effects of Battle of the Plassey. Next, third question. What were the effects of Battle of Buxar? Answer is, first point, combined forces were defeated by the Britishers. Second point, British secured the Diwani rights. The Nawab of Awadh gave 26 lakh rupees to British. British took over the entire administration of Bengal. Robert Clive introduced dual government in Bengal. This is about your first lesson, advent of Europeans to India. Next, moving to the second chapter, expansion of British Empire. First question, these are 1 mark questions, dear children. First question, who brought subsidiary alliance system? Who introduced the subsidiary alliance system? And the answer is Lord Wellesley. Second question, who introduced doctrine of lapse? Answer is Lord Dalhousie. Third question, who made Madhavrao II as the Peshwa of Maratha kingdom? And the answer is Nana Fadnavis. Fourth question, who took the support of British to become the Peshwa of Marathas? And the answer is Raghunath Rao. Fifth question, who was the first to accept the subsidiary alliance system? And the answer is Nizam of Hyderabad. Sixth question, who accepted the Treaty of Basin? And the answer is Bajirao II. Seventh question, why did Bajirao II accepted the subsidiary alliance system? Answer is, Holkar defeated army of the Bajirao II and Sindhya. That's why Bajirao II accepted the subsidiary alliance system. Eighth question, why did Lord Wellesley resign to his post? And the answer is, Wellesley's battle thirstiness increased the financial burden on the company, was strongly criticized. Next, ninth question, after whose death there was a political anarchy in Punjab kingdom. After whose death there was a political anarchy in Punjab kingdom, and the answer is Ranjit Singh. 10th question, between whom the Treaty of Amritsar signed? Answer is Ranjit Singh and British. 11th question, who revolted against the British during Second Anglo-Sikh War? Answer is Chattar Singh Atriwala in Lahore and the Mulraj in Multan, revolted against the British during the Second Anglo-Sikh War. By which treaty the First Anglo-Sikh War concluded? Answer is Lahore Treaty. 13th question. Who is called as the Lion of Punjab? Answer is Ranjit Singh. Ranjit Singh was called as the Lion of Punjab. And 2 to 3 sentences, 2 mark questions, dear children. First question. Which are the expansionists' policies adopted by British to expand their empire? Which policies they are adopted? Britishers adopted to expand their empire in India. See, answer is subsidiary alliance system. Second point, doctrine of lapse. Second question, name the states who accepted subsidiary alliance system. And the answer is Hyderabad, Mysore, Awadh, Tanjore, Pune, Gwalior. Third question, explain the causes of the First Anglo-Maratha War. Causes means reasons of the First Anglo-Maratha War. And the answer is, first point you should write, after the death of Peshwa Madhavrao, his brother Narayan Rao came to power. This is the first point. Second point, Narayan Rao was murdered by his uncle Raghoba or Raghunath Rao. And the third point is, this resulted the infighting for the Peshwa post. Fourth point, the Maratha Federation brought Madhavrao II of the Narayan Rao to the post of Peshwa. Next point, upset with this, Raghoba approached the British for support. Last point, thus the First Anglo-Maratha War was fought. Fourth question, which were the kingdoms annexed by Dalhousie, imposing doctrine of lapse? Annexed means merged. And the answer is Satara, Nagpur, Sambhalpur, Udaipur, Jhansi and Jaipur. These are the kingdoms annexed by the Dalhousie policy of the doctrine of lapse. Fifth question, how did the doctrine of lapse help the British to expand their empire? This is the important question, dear children. How did the doctrine of lapse help the British to expand their empire in India? Answer is, doctrine of lapse was an expansionist policy. Dalhousie declared adopted children of Indian kings had no right to throne. Third point, Dalhousie successfully annexed many kingdoms. Dalhousie annexed Satara, Nagpur, Sambhalpur, Udaipur, Jhansi and the Jaipur. Moving to the next question. What are the conditions of the subsidiary alliance system? And the answers are, first point, Indian king had to keep the British army in his kingdom. Second point, king had to pay maintenance charges. Third point, king had to keep British residents in his court. King could not appoint any other European without the permission of the Britishers. Next point, to enter any agreement or pact with any Indian rulers, the kings must take permission of the Governor General. Next point, company's protection to king from the internal and or the external attack. This is about your second history lesson, that is expansion of British Empire in India. Most expected questions I am explaining here. Next, moving to the third lesson, impact of British rule. 1 mark questions. First question, who brought civil service in administration? Answer is Lord Cornwallis. Second question, who introduced permanent zamindari system? And the answer is Lord Cornwallis. Third question, who was the first Governor General of British in India? And the answer is Warren Hastings. Fourth question, who implemented the efficient police system in India? Answer is Lord Cornwallis. Fifth question, who created the posting of Superintendent of Police? Answer is Lord Cornwallis. Sixth question, which committee recommended recognizing the military system? Answer is Peel Committee. Seventh question, where and when was the permanent zamindari system introduced? Answer is in Bengal and Bihar in the year 1793. Eighth question, who introduced Mahalwari system? Answer is R.M. Bird and James Thomson. Ninth question, who implemented Ryotwari system? Answer is Alexander Reed in the year 1792 and Thomas Munro in the year 1801. Tenth question, who facilitated the expansion of modern education in India? Answer is Warren Hastings. 11th question, who started Sanskrit College in Banaras? And the answer is Jonathan Duncan. 12th question, which report laid foundation for modern education system in India? Answer is Macaulay's report. Under which act the Governor General of Bengal nominated as Governor General of India? Answer is Charter Act of 1833. Next question, 13th question. Under which act the Governor General of Bengal nominated as Governor General of India? And the answer is Charter Act of 1833. 14th question, which act laid base for the formation of Indian Constitution? Answer is Indian Government Act of 1935. 15th question, under which act the Reserve Bank of India established? Answer is Indian Government Act of 1935. 16th questions, what was the main aim of Charter Acts? Answer is to renew the licenses of East India Company. 17th question, what is policy of aspiration? Answer is the policy in which Indians were allowed to participate in the process of creating laws. 2-mark question, dear children. First question, which are universities established as per the terms of Charles Wood Dispatch? Answer is Calcutta University, Bombay University and Madras University. Second question, what is meant by Mahalwari system? Explain. Answer is Mahals means taluka. Mahals means taluk places. Second point, introduced by R.M. Bird and James Thomson. Third point, implemented at Uttar Pradesh, Madhya Pradesh, Punjab and Delhi. Next point, the big and small zamindars were part of this system. Company officials fixed more land taxes than the expected. Next point, zamindars had to lose their ownership of the land. Last point, zamindars and farmers suffered. Third question, which are the constitutional acts introduced during East India rule? Answer is Regulating Act, that is 1773, Pitt's India Act 1784, Charter Act 1813, Charter Act 1833. Moving to the next question. Which are the constitutional acts introduced under British Crown? And the answer is Indian Government Act in the year 1858, Indian Council Act 1861, Indian Council Act 1892, Indian Councils Act 1909, Indian Council Act 1919, Indian Government Act 1935. Fifth question. Which were the two types of courts set by Warren Hastings? Answer is a Diwani Adalat, that is civil court. Second point, a Fauzdari Adalat, that is criminal courts. You can write Diwani Adalat and Fauzdari Adalat or civil and criminal courts. Next question. What are the measures undertaken at the time of British in police system? Answer is, first point you have to write, created the post of Superintendent of Police, that is SP. Second point, divided a district into many stations. Next point, every station under a Kotwal. Next point, Kotwal was made accountable for thefts, crimes, etc. He put every village under the care of Chowkidar. Moving to the next question. What are the features of Ryotwari system? Answer is implemented in Baramahal region. Next point, introduced Alexander Reed in the year 1792. Third point, the farmer and the company were directly linked. Fourth point, farmer, the owner of the land. Fifth point, owner had to pay 50% of the produce as land tax. Last point, land tax had 30 years tenure. Next question. What were the provisions of Pitt's India Act of 1784? Answer is Board of Controllers with 6 commissioners was started. Second point, board had power to direct and control the issues related to land taxes and military taxes. Third point, curtail the political rights of Indians. Last point, the act declared that the areas under the possession of the East India Company are the internal part of the British Empire. Next, ninth question, dear children. What were the provisions of Minto-Morley reforms of 1909? And the answer is, first point you should write, number of Central Legislative Council was increased from 16 to 60. Second point, the number of regional council members was also increased. Third point, separate electoral college was created. 10th question, what are the measures undertaken by British in military system? And the answer is, British appointed the Indians for the military. Second point, Indians were given the rank of the Subedar. Third point, most of the Indians were coolie soldiers. Last point, Peel Committee recommendations were adopted in the year 1857. And 3 mark questions, children. First question, illustrate the judicial system formulated through East India Company. And the answer is, first point you should write, 2 types of courts were established. Second point, Diwani Adalat, a civil court. Faujdari Adalat, a criminal court. Third point, Hindus were dispensed justice as per the Hindu scriptures. Fourth point, Muslims were dispensed justice as per the Shariat. Next point, slowly the British legal procedures were introduced. Next point, civil courts were supervised by the European officers. And the last point is, criminal courts were supervised by the Qazis. Second question, what were the effects of the revenue system of British? Answer is, a new class of zamindars created. Second point, farmers were subjected to the exploitation. Third point, farmers became landless. Next point, land became a commodity. Fifth point, agriculture sector became commercialized. Last point is, money lenders became strong. Moving to the third question, what were the impact of modern English education? Answer is, universities were established. Second point, school and colleges started. Third point, local literature and languages developed. Next point, periodical started. Next point, English education was introduced. Social and religious reformation movements began. Next point, influenced freedom struggles in India. And the last point is, it made Indians to understand and appreciate their rich traditions. And moving to the fourth question, explain Zamindari system. And the answer is, Lord Cornwallis introduced. Second point, introduced in Bengal and Bihar regions. Third point, zamindars became the landowners. Fourth point, zamindars were expected to pay the agreed land taxes. Fifth point, zamindars were highly benefited. Sixth point, farmers suffered a lot. And next last point is, system was extended to Bihar, Odisha, Andhra Pradesh and Varanasi regions. Moving to the fifth question, what were the terms and provisions of the Regulating Act? And the answer is, first point, the Governor of Bengal became the Governor General. Second point, Supreme Court was established in Calcutta. Third point, Bengal Presidency gained control over Madras and Bombay presidencies. Last point, Governor General was authorized to exercise control and to supervise over the Madras and Bombay presidencies. Sixth question, what were the terms and provisions of Charter Act of 1833? The Governor General of Bengal was named as Governor General of India. This is the first point. Second point, Act barred discrimination based on religion, birth and skin color. Third point, all British companies were allowed to have trade relationship in India. Fourth point, the Governor General was vested with powers to direct, control and supervising all trade in India. Last point, the central government of Bengal had the final right to decide on issues like war and peace. Moving to the seventh question, what were the terms and provisions of Government India Act of 1858? And the answer is, first point, you should write, the license of East India Company was cancelled. Second point, India was brought under the direct administration of the Queen. Third point, the Governor General was designed as the Viceroy. Fourth point, A new post called Secretary of State for India was created. A Council of India was created in order to assist the Secretary. Next, 8th question, dear children. What were the terms and provisions of Government India Act 1919? And the answer is Act formulated bicameral legislative body. Second one, High Commissioners was appointed for India. Third point, promise to improve local self-government. Fourth point, provincial budget was separated from central budget. Fifth point, separate electoral college was extended for Muslims, Sikhs, etc. These are the points of the 8th question, that is the terms and provisions of Government of India Act 1919. Moving to the 9th question, what were the terms and provisions of Government India Act 1935? It is very important question. Note down the answer. First point, Reserve Bank of India was established. Diarchy was cancelled at the regional level, and the diarchy was established at the center. Next point, the federal court was established. Last point, the Dominion state was formed. Next, 10th question, differentiate between Rotwari and Zamindari systems. First, you should write down Rotwari system. Rotwari system was introduced by Alexander Reed. Second point, introduced in Bengal and Bihar regions. Third point, tiller was the landowner. Fourth point, farmers were exploited. Fifth point, roads paid revenue directly. In the column of Jamindari system, you should write first point, introduced by the Cornwallis. Second point, implemented in Baramahal region. Third point, Jamindar was the owner here. Fourth point, Zamindars became very strong. Last point, Zamindars collected revenue. This is about your third lesson of history. Next, moving forward to the next lesson, opposition to British rule in Karnataka. One more questions we should study first. First question, the 18th century in Indian history is considered as the century of political problems. Why? And the answer is the death of Aurangzeb in the year 1707. Second question, which incident created the various political changes in Mysore state? Answer is the death of Chikkadevaraj Wadeyar in the year 1704. Third question, by which treaty the first Anglo-Mysore war ended? Answer is the Treaty of Madras in the year 1769. Fourth question, by which treaty the second Anglo-Mysore war ended? Answer is Treaty of Mangalore. Fifth question, which Anglo-Mysore war ended with the Treaty of Srirangapatna? Answer is Third Anglo-Mysore War. Sixth question, what is the name of the adopted son of Kittur Rani Channamma? Answer is Shivalingappa. Seventh question, who was the brave warrior of Kittur who fought against British along with Channamma? Answer is Sangoli Rayanna. Moving to the 8th question, which type of rebellion was the Amarasulla rebellion? Answer is Farmers' Rebellion. 9th question, who presented himself as Swami Aparampara and Kalyana Swami in Kodagu rebellion? Answer is Puttabasappa. Moving to the 10th question. Whom did the British appoint as political agent in Surpur? And the answer is Meadows Taylor. 11th question. Who is presented as leader of 1857 revolution in Karnataka by the historians? And the answer is Venkatappa. 12th question. Name the Zamindar of Koppal who revolted against British. Answer is Veerappa. 13th question. Why was the Channamma shift from Bailahongala jail to Kusgal prison? Answer is the British thought that Rayanna was being instigated by Rani Channamma. The British thought that the Rayanna was being instigated by Rani Channamma. 14th question. Whom did the British appoint to report on the various activities of the Venkatappa Nayak? Answer is Campbell. 15th and last question. Why was the Bedas of Halagli rebel against the British? Answer is the British banned the usage of weapons and they were asked to surrender their firearms. Next, moving to the 2 marks questions. First question. How did Hyder Ali came to power? First point. Hyder joined Mysore army as a soldier. Second point. Closely observed the developments of Mysore. Next point. Came into prominence during the siege of Devanahalli. Fourth point. Hyder made military action against Nizam of Arcot. Fifth point. Hyder won the hearts of the soldiers. Next point. Weakened the power of the Dalwais. Next point. He declared himself as the Sultan of Mysore. And the last point is sidelined the kings Krishnadevaraja Wadiyar. Moving to the second question. Explain about First Anglo-Mysore War. Answer is the war was started in the year 1767 and ended in 1769. Second point. Fought between Hyder Ali and British. Third point. Rise of Hyder Ali in South was not tolerated by the Britishers, Marathas and the Nizam of Hyderabad. Next point. A tri-party alliance emerged against Hyder. Next point. In 1767, Hyder Ali and Nizam of Hyderabad attacked Arcot. Sixth point. This led to the First Anglo-Mysore War. Finally, war ended with the Treaty of Madras in the year 1769. Next, third question. What are the effects of Second Anglo-Mysore War? Answer is, first point you should write as a Hyder Ali was defeated and dead. Second point, it increased the confidence of the British. Third point, British occupied Mangalore and Bidanur. Fourth point, the Treaty of Mangalore was signed. Next, moving to the fourth question. What were the conditions of the Srirangapatna Treaty? Answer is, Tipu was forced to give the half of his kingdom to British. Second point, Tipu was forced to pay 3 crores of rupees as war damages. Third point, Tipu had to pledge 2 of his children as hostages. Tipu was forced to release the prisoners of the war. Next, moving to the fifth question. The Fourth Anglo-Mysore War strengthened the position of British in Mysore. Discuss. It is very important question, dear children. First point is British were able to destroy Tipu. Second point, Tipu died while fighting. Tipu's kingdom was portioned among the British, Marathas and the Nizams. Next point, a small territory was handed over to the Mysore Wadiyars. Last point, Wellesley imposed subsidiary alliance over Mysore kingdom. Sixth question, explain the Surpura rebellion in brief. Answer is, Venkatappa Nayak was a leader of Surpura rebellion. Second point, British interfered in the affairs of the Surpura. Third point, in 1857, the representatives of Nana Sahib were present in Surpura. Next point, British suspected and appointed Campbell to report about the Venkatappa Nayak. Next point, Campbell submitted a report to the resident of Hyderabad. Last point, the British army captured Surpura in the year 1858. Seventh question, explain the method of resisting the British power by the Dondia Wagh. Answer is, first point, Dondia was called as the tiger due to his bravery. Second point, Dondia built a small army. Next point, captured Bidnur and Shimoga forts. Fourth point, Dondia won Honnalli, Harihara, Shikaripura, etc. Fifth point, Dondia was successful in winning the support of the French. British tried to defeat the army of Dondia. Next point, British attacked Dondia from all the directions. Last point is, Dondia died while fighting. Next, moving to the eighth question, explain the role of Rani Channamma in liberating Kittur. Answer is, first point, Channamma was a queen of Kittur. Second point, after the death of her son, Channamma adopted Shivalingappa. Third point, Channamma started to rule the Kittur. Fourth point, Channamma was not permitted to adopt a son to the throne. Fifth point, Thackeray sent a report to Governor of Bombay and attempt to take over Kittur kingdom. Next point, Channamma considered war as a inevitable. Sixth point, British attacked the Kittur. Next point, Kittur army fought bravely. Next point, Channamma was defeated and captured by the Britishers. And the last point is, Channamma was imprisoned in Bailhongal fort and died there later. Next, moving to the ninth question. Explain the methods adopted by Rayanna to fight the British. Answer is, first point, Rayanna was a brave soldier. Second point, Rayanna developed a sense of nationalism. Rayanna went on organizing an army. Rayanna organized secret meetings. Rayanna aimed at looting the treasury of Britishers. Rayanna looked the taluk offices of the British. Next, 10th question. Midas Taylor was a great reformist. Justify the statement. Answer is, Taylor developed Surpura as a princely state. Second point, Peddanayaka was appointed as the Diwan of the state. Third point, Taylor conducted the Land survey of Surpura. Fourth point, increased the state revenue. Last point, Taylor look measures to educate Venkatappa Nayak. 11th question, the 18th century in history is considered as the century of political problems. Why? Write the answer, dear children. First point, death of the Aurangzeb. Second point, death of the Chikkadevaraja Vadiyar. The Zamindars revolted against the British. Kings battled against the Britishers. Rebellion of Kittur. Next point, rebellion of the Halagli Bedas. Last point, rebellion of the Surpura. This is the important question, dear children. Note down. This is about your fourth lesson of history. Next, moving to the history. Fifth lesson, social and religious reformation movement. First question, what was the 19th century considered as? Answer is age of reformation and new awakening. Second question, which was the center of new awakening in India during 19th century? Answer is Bengal. Third question, what do you mean by social reformation? Answer is the movement which aimed at reforming the society. Fourth question, why did British put forth the theory of white man's burden? Answer is British believed that it is their duty to civilize Indians as the civilized class of people. Fifth question, who enacted the Sati Abolition Act when? Answer is Rajaram Mohan Roy in the year 1829. Sixth question, what was an example for Rajaram Mohan Roy? Thirst for knowledge. Answer is Mohan Roy learned Hebrew and Greek to read the Bible in its original form. Moving to the seventh question, why Dayananda Saraswati gave a call back to Vedas? Answer is Dayananda Saraswati realized that the remedies to the various maladies of India are present in Vedas. Moving to the eighth question, what messages did the Ramakrishna Paramahamsa give to the world? Answer is one has to attain moksha through jnana and bhakti. Ninth question, whom did Swami Vivekananda met in Mysore before he leaves for Chicago? Whom did Swami Vivekananda met in Mysore before he leaves to Chicago? Answer is Chamaraja Vadiyar 10th. 10th question, what were the newspapers started by Annie Besant? Answer is Commonwealth and New India are the papers started by Annie Besant. Next 2 to 4 sentences, 2 mark question, dear children. First question, what was the condition of Indian society during 19th century? Answer is, first point, note down, many communities were ill treated. Second point, women had no rights. Third point, caste system was in practice. Fourth point, gender discrimination. Fifth point, sati system. Sixth point, widow remarriage restriction. Last point is denial of the education to Shudras. Moving to the second question, how the Tagore has summarized the contribution of Rajaram Mohan Roy service? Answer is, first point, Tagore has called Rajaram Mohan Roy as the harbinger of modern India. Second point, Tagore has called Raja Ram Mohan Roy as the progenitor of Indian social reformation movement. Third point, Tagore has called Raja Ram Mohan Roy the prophet of Indian nationalism. Third question, what made the Indian traditionalist to hate Vivian Derozio? Answer is, Derozio tried to instill the spirit of free inquiry in the minds of his students and colleagues. Second point, he also worked towards creating textbooks to inculcate new education system. Moving to the next question, why did Prarthana Samaj established by Atmarang Panduranga? Answer is, to find the solutions to various problems faced by the women. Second point, to find the solutions to various problems faced by lower caste groups. Third point, to reinterpret Hinduism. Fourth point, to provide the education for women. Fifth point, to provide rehabilitation to poor. Moving to the fifth question, which were the social reforms advocated by Satyashodhaka Samaj? Answer is, first point, to address social problems. Second point, to provide equal rights to non-Brahmin class. Third point, to provide equal rights to women. Next point, to encourage the education of Shudras. Fifth point, to establish hostel for girls. Last point, to fight caste and gender discrimination. Sixth question, what are the aims of the Aligarh movement? Answer is, to advocate English education among Muslims, to advocate social and religious reformation, to fight against the traditions, superstitions, ignorance, etc., to oppose Purda system, to discourage polygamy, to encourage the education to Muslim girls. Seventh question, explain how Swami Vivekananda was a source of inspiration for youngsters. It is very important question, dear children. Note down the answer. First point, Swami Vivekananda founded the Ramakrishna Mission. Next point, he worked to establish a casteless society. He worked to establish casteless society. Third point, voiced against exploitation, poverty, illiteracy, etc. Fourth point, Vivekananda believed that people should be educated first. Fifth point, he wanted people to stop following the Western ideals blindly. Next point, he opposed caste system and untouchability. Vivekananda made the Westerners to understand the cultural richness of India at Chicago conferences. Next point, Vivekananda's speeches mirror his nationalist ideas. Last point, Vivekananda inspired the youth by declaring, "Arise, awake, stop not till you reach your goal." Eighth question, what are the main aspects of Periyar movement? Answer is, first point, non-Brahmin movement. Second point, to reject the racial supremacy. Third point, to oppose Sanskrit language and literature. Fourth point, to establish an equal society. Fifth point, to criticize caste and gender based discriminations. Next point, to organize temple entry movement. And the last point is to oppose the restrictions of Brahmins against non-Brahmins. Moving to the ninth question, Ramakrishna Mission established with various views. Justify. Answer is to carry the messages and brought of Sri Ramakrishna. To carry the message and thoughts of Sri Ramakrishna. Second point, to spread nationalistic awareness. Third point, to promote cultural development. Fourth point, to serve humanity. Fifth point, to spiritual growth. Next, 10th question, who started Shuddhi movement? Why? Answer is Dayananda Saraswati started Shuddhi movement. Second point, in order to bring back the Hindu people who were converted to other religions. Next, 3 marks question, dear children, note down. First question, the 19th century is considered as the age of reformation and new awakening time in the history of India. Justify. Answer is English education was introduced. Second point, a new class of educated Indians was created. Third point, growth of the nationalism. Fourth point, many concepts like democracy, equality started finding roots in India. Educated people started to analyze their own society. Next point, British interest in reforming the society. Birth of identity called Indian. Next point, collective efforts of the reformers. And the last point, an attempt made to stop social evils. Moving to the second question, Raja Ram Mohan Roy is the pioneer of social reformation in India during modern times. Summarize. And the answer is founded Brahma Samaj to reform Indian society. Raja Ram Mohan Roy aimed at removing caste system. Third point, he fought against the superstitions. Fourth point, he tried to develop rationality. Fifth point, he advocated monotheism. Sixth point, he opposed meaningless rituals. Next point, he opposed polygamy. Seventh point, he condemned child marriage. Next point, he advocated for a share in property to widow women. Last point, Rajaram Mohan Roy got Sati abolished. Next, third question, write a note on life and reformation of Dayananda Saraswati. Answer is Dayananda Saraswati was born in the year 1824. He was born at Kathiawad of Gujarat. His name was Moola Shankar. Brought up by his parents Amba Shankar Tiwari and mother Amrutabai. He had received good education. He wrote a book Satyartha Prakash. Dayananda Saraswati founded the Arya Samaj and he declared back to Vedas. He encouraged intercaste marriages, rejected polygamy and child marriage. He declared men and women are equal. Dayananda Saraswati started the Shuddhi movement. Next, moving to the fourth question, what were the social reforms initiated by Swami Vivekananda? Answer is, first point, founded the Ramakrishna Mission. He worked to establish a casteless society. Third point, voiced against exploitation, poverty, illiteracy, etc. Vivekananda believed that people should be educated first. He wanted to he wanted people to stop following the Western ideas blindly. He opposed caste system and untouchability. Next, moving to the fifth question. What were the Reformation activities of Annie Besant? Answer is, Annie Besant advocated that Indian culture is far more superior to the Western culture. She tried to reform Hinduism. She translated Bhagavad Gita to English. She aimed at providing education to all. Annie Besant opened schools. She started the Central Hindu Benares College. She published New Indian and Commonwealth to discuss on the current problems and the social issues. And the last point is, she initiated home rule movement in the year 1916. She initiated home rule movement in 1916. Last question. Explain the contribution of Sri Narayana Dharma Paripalana Yogam. Answer is, he aimed at strengthening the backward and exploited communities, advocated one caste, one religion, and one God for human being, strongly advocated education. It built temples for the backward communities, championed Vayakam movement, removal of the restrictions on women's dress to secure basic human rights. This is about your social history lessons. Read well, dear children. All the best for your exams. For 6th lesson to 10th lesson, watch my next video. Bye bye.